Exercise can't be sustained. Eating can't be stopped. It's even harder to lose weight. Come and give it a try. Ginshikang L-carnitine chromium capsules. Plant extract, scientific ratio. Take 3 capsules each time. The active ingredient accelerates fat burning. Eat twice a day. Don't take a detour. Weight loss starts now. Ginshikang L-carnitine with chromium capsules helps you stay in shape. Please follow medical advice when taking this product. For more information, visit our website www.hgo.com or call 0800 335555.
The Uganda Cooperative Alliance invites cooperators and the general public to the National Cooperative Conference 2025 on Thursday, 18th September at Kololo National Celebration Grounds to celebrate our achievements to date. The conference will be graced by His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, President of the Republic of Uganda, as chief guest. The highlight will be the launch of the National Cooperative Savings and Credit Society Limited, a precursor to the National Cooperative Bank. Come one, come all.
My friend Baka was found to be positive for Mpox at his old age. He needs our prayers. By the way, Timo, did you know that Mpox-related deaths occur among people with underlying conditions like HIV/AIDS, diabetes, malnutrition, and other old age-related illnesses?
Of late, I've not been following Mpox issues. I thought it wasn't that serious. So, are you saying that as long as one has any underlying condition and feels unwell, just run to the hospital?
Yes! You do not have to wait. If you have any of the signs and symptoms like a body rash, a fever, headache, and body weakness, visit your nearest health facility immediately. We do not have to take any chances, my brother.
We need to immediately inform our peers in the club to be careful.
You see, with Mpox, the magic is in getting treatment early. Those who have suffered severe disease, they wasted a lot of time either treating themselves or ignoring the disease.
Save your life. Seek treatment early. Only from professional health workers whenever you feel unwell. For more information
About Mpox,
call the Ministry of Health toll-free line on 0800 1066 or send a free SMS to YouReport on 8500. This message is brought to you by the Ministry of Health Uganda
with support from UNICEF, WHO,
and its partners.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort and pride with Royal Foam Furniture, crafted to perfection right here in Uganda. We bring you state-of-the-art living room furniture and bedding products at affordable prices. Our wide variety of mattresses include orthopedic, pillow top, spring mattresses suitable for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort. With every piece telling a story of royal excellence, our products are built with the highest quality materials made to last. Experience royalty with Royal Foam Furniture, proudly made in Uganda, so buy Uganda and build Uganda. Visit our showrooms at Ginger Road, Chambogo Junction, Bukoto Chisasi Road, and on Victoria Mall, Entebbe, on the first floor.
At UNOC, we believe in safety.
When you want Time to relax your body and refresh your mind? Welcome to Hotel La Confidential, Aroa's premier destination for luxury and comfort. The only hotel in Aroa City offering a serene atmosphere, breathtaking scenery. Come and discover our exclusive wellness club with packages that include a fully equipped gym, a rejuvenating sauna, steam bath, and a great sky blue swimming pool. For events, our state-of-art conference halls and versatile event spaces are perfect for hosting shows, wedding receptions, birthdays, and more. Come and enjoy our cinema hall and unisex saloon, all designed to meet your entertainment and grooming needs. Bring your family and let your kids splash around in our beautiful kids water park. We are located on Aroa Pakwachi Highway in the heart of Aroa City. Don't wait. Visit us on www.hotellaconfidential.com or call us on 0761 688 181.
Ready to transform your commutes? Embrace a greener, more affordable way to travel and promise of agile entrepreneurship with e-mobility. The future is here. E-mobility is tackling today's most daunting challenges. See it in action at the National E-Mobility Expo 2025, September 18th to 19th at the Kira Vehicle Plant in Jinja. Head to our digital channels and follow the link www.neme.kiramotors.com to register.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Hello there, thank you so much for being with us on UBC TV. Welcome to Good Morning Uganda Extra. I'm Robert Chirabo Nyonyutono, and this morning, first I'm going to be discussing matters of health, then later I'll dive into poverty. But to begin with, we are discussing issues regarding Mpox. Now, I want to believe that at least every Ugandan, wherever you are, or the average population has heard the word Mpox, monkeypox, you know. But maybe there are certain areas that you're not well versed with. But we'll assume that you've never had anything about Mpox. Now, join me in this journey with my guest as we address this disease that a number of people have tested positive, have undergone treatment, have recovered, but we've also recorded death. Now, my guest this morning is Kemirembe Maria, who happens to be a medical clinical officer and surveillance officer, but also a parish supervisor of Old Kampala. You're most welcome.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
It's a pleasure having you. Now, when you talk about Mpox, briefly help me define this to my viewer. What exactly is Mpox?
Mpox is a viral zoonotic disease. Zoonotic means it affects both humans and animals. And Mpox was originally called monkeypox. I think that's what most people know and what most people have in their minds when you talk about Mpox. Mpox is a new name that they are trying to adopt, but you know that it's monkeypox. It's a pox that used to, they named it monkeypox because it was a pox that used to affect monkeys. So when you would get that pox, they would say you have a pox like 4 monkeys, so it was called monkeypox. But because it's not only monkeys that host it, that carry the virus, we also have other animals like the big edible rat, some other small, the mice, squirrels. So those can also transmit the disease as well. Yeah. So it's monkeypox, a viral zoonotic disease that causes a skin rash and fever, basically. Yeah.
Now, I want to go to the signs and symptoms. More, not just a skin rash and fever. Please take me through that someone can now get to know that, hey, this is Mpox disturbing me.
Yep. Signs and symptoms, number one, we have a fever that comes and usually happens within like 1 or 2 days, and then from a fever you get body weakness and all these other feeling like you're unwell. And then the rash comes in. You get a rash that can start from any point of the body and can start as a simple small drop, a small thing that looks like a pimple, and that's what most people confuses most of the people. Can come like on the hand, maybe in the chest, anywhere, at any other particular part of the body. And usually where you've had contact from is where it starts from. If you have gotten contact to it from the hand, then the brush will definitely be starting from there. But or any other part of the body that gets in contact with anyone who is infected with mpox, it's where we start seeing it from, and it starts spreading all over the body. And then the other symptoms will depend on the complications that you have. You can get several complications. The rashes can turn into sores, can turn into wounds that can even actually produce pus, can actually become very, 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 very dirty and get infected with bacteria, and then you get complications of a high bacteremia in your blood, and then maybe fever increases, maybe causes fainting and all that, and all other complications, very many other complications. You can become breathless, you can become dehydrated, all other complications that come with you having the poxes all over the body. Yeah.
Now, how is this transmitted?
How is mpox transmitted? Mpox is transmitted when you get in contact with someone who is infected, or originally when you get in contact, the person from animals to human beings, when you get in touch with an animal that has it, probably by preparing it, probably by eating it, or any form of interaction with an animal that is infected. Then when it comes to human transmission, one, you are in direct contact with a person who has mpox, either handshaking, taking care of this sick person without protective gear. You can actually contract mpox by directly getting in contact with someone who has mpox. But something that we want to bring to people's attention and try to emphasize, it's a sexually associated disease. That if you have any form of sexual association with someone who has mpox, you can get it. Maybe having sexual intercourse, maybe just being around that person, hugging, and the person has mpox, you can actually get it.
Kissing.
Exactly. It's a sexually associated disease. So even with what we are trying to tell people, use condoms, may not be able to protect you when we are dealing with mpox. Yeah.
So those that think they are smart enough, you should say, for me, I adhere. I'm very accurate when it comes to condoms. Mpox knows no condoms.
Exactly.
You still contract mpox. And for that purpose, if you got it through sexual intercourse, of course, the rush will begin with your private parts, that area.
Thank you.
And I remember I once visited Entebbe, and I saw a number of young ladies, to be very honest, who are walking until, because I said, no, most of those were sexual workers.
Exactly. That's why we have a big number of our sex workers that are struggling with this, with this mpox, and we are still saying, because they work with the general public, with the other people, other people are the customers, that we need to be really, really alert on
that
this
for
particular
now,
disease.
Don't go to any red district. Avoid these ladies for now.
For now, we are trying to say, if you can, please.
No, you can't. Why do you say if you can?
Because it's unbearable.
No, how can someone tell you that they can't stop buying prostitutes?
And they also can't stop selling, because that's the way they are getting money. It's their source of income for any purpose, for anything. And you know, it's a daily income. So if or a day when they don't work, then it's a particular problem. But we are trying to encourage them and advise them to get treated and report it early, so that we try to reduce. But it does not mean that any other person cannot get mpox. Everyone can. Even if you're within the same sexual network, it's a sexually associated disease. You can actually get mpox.
Now let's go to treatment. Mpox, where do I get treatment from?
Where do you get treatment from? Before we go to where we get treatment from, I'd like to let the people know that mpox is treatable. Can be managed in the hospitals, can be managed, not for you to stay at home and cry about the disease, or go to trying to use other alternative forms of medication, try to get some herbs here and there. It's actually treatable, and you have to go to the hospital. Remember, it's a viral disease, so when you go to the hospital, we treat whatever symptoms that you present with. If it's only the poxes, then we shall handle the swellings on the wound, the rush on the wound. If you have a high fever, it will also be managed. If you actually got complications and you have maybe you have pus and all that everywhere in most of the things, you will be managed in the hospitals. And where are those hospitals? They are public hospitals that we go to, or a hospital nearby. Let them screen you and isolate you from the rest of the people, as we notify our pipeline teams, the Ministry of Health teams and KCCA health teams for you to go and access your care. You need to notify the teams, they take off the sample and confirm, because we don't want to say every rash that looks like this is mpox. So you take off the sample and actually the results get back and you managed. And now in the management, we are in a stage where we are doing home-based care for mild and moderate cases. We are doing home-based care. So it is the health worker to decide. The one who has checked you, they have confirmed that you're positive, they have identified you and said you have a mild to moderate disease that qualifies you to go for home-based care. With our systems of the VHTs and the health LCs, all the health workers and the hospital where you have been qualified to go for home-based care, we manage you and then we keep checking on you on a daily as well. But everyone should know that it is treatable. Do not stay there and die alone. Don't see whatever rush you don't understand. Please report to the Ministry of Health toll-free lines and KCCA toll-free lines so that you access this care. It's actually very available and free. Then for the severe cases, we take them here in Kampala Metropolitan. We take you to Entebbe Grade B. There are treatment centers, there are treatment units, and that where people are managed very well.
Why did you say you must go to a public hospital? We have a number of hospitals here that are really big, and you see they have the equipment, and you have people who don't believe in public treatment. Someone says, no, when I fall sick, I go to have my money. I go to a private clinic, I go to a hospital. Why would I leave Nakasero Hospital? And then you're telling me to Entebbe, where even I have a room to myself, have my comfort, the screen is there, I watch Good Morning Uganda. Now you're telling me to go to a private, to a public hospital. Why public? Why mustn't we support these hospitals? And today Ugandans have personal doctors, some have a family clinic,
Yes, we are working with all hospitals, private and public. Private and public. So even if a case is reported, if Nakasero gets an mpox case, reports through the division surveillance focal person, and the lab focal person is working together with them to have a sample taken off, and the tests, all the tests are sent to CPHL, UVRI laboratories, the national laboratories, to do the testing and then bring back the results to confirm the test. So whichever hospital has a channel linked to a public facility. That's why we are able to know the total number of cases that we have that have been reported, because every hospital reports. Yes, so Nakasero, all private hospitals know the channels that we are going to, because we have notified them on how to report. And if it so happens that they qualify, they have been trained, so they know that we can manage this person from home. We can manage these cases, but all severe cases from whichever hospitals are taken to Entebbe Grade B for proper management with a Ministry of Health case management team that is designated and stationed there very well. Okay,
Now you've talked about the management team. Let's also look at the treatment that is free. I want you to emphasize that first to Ugandans.
It's free treatment, free testing, free treatment for mpox, and that's why we always say, please, if you have a nearby public facility, it's where you go to. And even the private facilities know that they have to notify, so that this person accesses this treatment free of charge, and they will guide you on the right protocol, not just giving you junks of medication. We have a treatment protocol guided by the Ministry of Health that we have to follow, and we have trained very many health workers from both private and public facilities on how to handle.
Thank you very much. Now I want to get to know how big the problem is, because we see mpox. Some of us are even believing maybe it happened and it went. Why are people still so much on mpox, again mpox, There was a time when we had that fear.
Exactly.
Today, to many Ugandans, I think, okay, it happened, mpox. There's when you would call a friend, mpox, but now, those that weren't recovered, those that died, may they also rest in eternal peace, because in it they did die. But of course the recoveries were much higher than the death, and we want to thank government and our medics. Please paint for us a picture of what it is currently.
Apparently, we still receive cases of mpox. We have hotspots in different areas. Here in Kampala, we still have Kawempe because of the highest number of
ladies of the night.
Yes, exactly. We still have a high number, but we still receive all of them. About in Chisenyi Health Center 4, we still receive about 18 to 20. People coming for screening, exactly. And then we have those that are reported in the community from every call. Different parish supervisors and surveillance officers keep getting calls, what we call alerts. Yes, alerts are still coming in, and they still report, and they say there is a person here who seems to have symptoms of mpox, but they are in the house, they are doing this and this, so they keep on reporting. That number is still quite high, and we have those who are still in the alternative, seeking alternative medical solutions. We are trying to encourage every Ugandan there, do not seek alternative care for mpox. Come and seek the right medication, the right care, and the right advice from the health workers. Don't stay home and say we are at a point of doing home-based care. It is the health worker who tells you that it is now time to do home-based care. You deserve to be at home-based care, and we give you the guidelines for you to actually manage yourself from home. And we attach a VHT, notify the LC1 chairperson of that area, so that we keep monitoring you at home. Do not do self-monitoring, because when you move from mild, moderate to severe, you may not know really, and it takes a gradual process. It can even be quick when you actually have mpox. If you have any chronic illness, don't try it, even if it's just a rash you don't understand. Please come and we take off the sample, and we know whether you actually have mpox or not.
Well, yes, government is saying, come, let's find out what the problem is. Now, having painted a picture that yes, the enemy is still with us, but we can defeat the enemy, because good enough, there is medication. Now, I want us to look at also vaccination. Yes. Today, the world is going into vaccination. If you're also having now certain injections for HIV/AIDS, of course not vaccines as well, but at least protection. Someone, you twice a year and you're good to go. You enjoy life to the fullest in that direction. Now, when it comes to mpox, where we know that we have the ladies of the night, and the fact that you have said, still they can't do away from this business. Now, do we have a vaccine? If we do, how does one get that jab?
Okay. Vaccination is part of the preventive measures of mpox. Other preventive measures include: do not get in touch with someone who has mpox. Wash your hands with soap and water. Report people who are sick quickly so that they can be evacuated. Isolate the sick people very quickly, and so that they can get not transmit the disease to the rest of the other people. So we request and notify everyone we have the vaccine is available, and we have been vaccinating the high-risk populations in around here in Kampala. We have had so far 2 phases. The first phases was for the commercial sex workers that we attended to, and their relations, everyone who works in the night, probably night business, but we know that they also operate during the day. Those who are vaccinated and given the vaccine, that actually helped us reduce. In fact, that's when we stopped hearing many cases. That's when you stop hearing many phone calls, this one is sick and all that. The vaccination actually helped us. The second round has been for our other high-risk group members that are always interacting with so many people, the tax drivers, border borders. These are categories of people that interact with most of the people in a day. They will drive very many different people, so they have been vaccinated, and we hope that if we get more doses and more doses, we can keep vaccinating quite a number of no, we don't expect that those severe side effects from mpox vaccination. It's one of actually the friendly vaccines that you can actually take, and proven and approved by the Ministry of Health.
In the fight against mpox, what have been the major or outstanding challenges, given your experience as a parish supervisor? Yes.
The biggest challenge that we have is when we don't register a number of deaths, it becomes hard for people to take up the message. They would want to know, the question that they always pose, how many people have died, because they want to gauge the severity of the problem to the number of deaths. They forget that even when the problem is still around, the other costs that go into sensitization, screening, testing, and all those other services that are there, the emergency medical services, the ambulance that evacuate the people every time, moving from one place to another, it becomes a bit overwhelming economically and financially for the Ministry of Health budget. So that's what happens when they take long to take up the message. And even when they see one person coming out to give a testimony, they'll be like, you are maybe just unlucky or something like that. So the general public in understanding that we will not wait for death for us to consider something really very important. Yes, we still have the mpox outbreak. That's the message that we are still passing across. And people have dropped the habit of hand hygiene, of cleaning hands. We no longer, this is a hassle to let them put back the hand washing facilities at the entries of the tax parks, at the entries of hotels, at the entries of clubs, at the entries of schools, everywhere, to encourage the hand washing habit, the hand hygiene habit that actually helped us post-COVID, because everyone had adopted making the hands clean. You touch a surface that you're not sure of, you clean your hands. You handshake people that you don't know, clean your hands, because it was helping us. But it has been since dropped. But if you're a market manager out there, remember to put back the hand washing facility. If you manage a hotel, please encourage all your people to wash their hands. Medical facilities, even the small ones, it does not matter. Put there that jerry can and the soap and the water, so that we try to combat these outbreaks. Hand washing does not only save you from mpox, but a number of different diseases, including influenza. As simple as it may sound, when you have your clear hand hygiene done very well, it will protect us from a number of diseases.
Well, hand washing, hand cleaning will prevent us from a number of diseases. It is mpox we are discussing this morning, giving you more, unpackaging mpox, in case you're asking yourself, what is mpox? You've not seen people suffering from mpox. Of course, you could have seen those that have recovered and they just have scars to show you that, well, this is what happened and this is what it was. But also, still regarding mpox, how do you identify these groups for the vaccination? Because we know vaccination does not prevent. It just boosts your immune system to be able to fight a disease so that you don't go to the worst stages.
Thank you very much. Vaccination does that too. Can actually prevent you from getting the disease if you acquire a certain level of immunity over time, and having acquired the number of doses, and can also save you from the severity of a particular disease. Yeah, I know the severity because I take an example of measles. I've seen many children who are vaccinated measles. It doesn't prevent them from getting measles. They still get a number of diseases they're vaccinated. But they'll be playing around, running with red eyes or something. But those that haven't been vaccinated, they're likely to lose. So that's why I'm like that. But really, vaccination, but I've just learned that vaccination also prevents. Yeah, it does also prevent, especially if we achieve a remarkable target. Like if we know that if we achieve 95% of a population vaccinated, we can prevent a particular disease and protect the population that we are vaccinating against a particular disease. But going back to the question, how do we identify these people that we consider to be high risk and targets for the vaccine? It's the data that shows us, because every time we get someone who is sick, we ask them their occupation and where they stay, their address and occupation, their age. We know about this person who has suffered from mpox. So the data was showing these particular groups of people, and they were ranking higher in mpox cases. So realize the first category was the commercial sex workers, and we worked on them. The CSWs, we worked on them. And then we came to the transport and taxis and borders, and here in Kampala, other districts may have other other rankings, but generally that's what it is, and that's how we marked them, basing on how many people have suffered from mpox from those particular occupations. Yeah.
Well, very interesting there how they were able to map them, but time, I must let Kemirembe go. However, I'll give her a minute for her parting shot, please.
All right, yeah. Thank you very much. I'd just like to remind the general public that Mpox is still there. Mpox is still real. Yes, we want to be epidemic ready as city, as Kampala city. We want to be epidemic ready as a country. No, please keep reporting. Report to us. Report to the Ministry of Health toll-free lines and KCCA lines. Let us know what is happening in your community so that we can come very quickly. Report anything that is unusual. Report all the rushes. We will be able to sort out which disease it is. Yeah, and we'd like to thank UNICEF for supporting us to be able to pass this information and message wherever and every platform and everything, and the Ministry of Health for the unwavering support, and then the Office of Public Health, KCCA, being very supportive, both at City Hall with Dr. Sarah Zalwango, and then at Kampala Central Division with Dr. Waliomo Richard, and the whole surveillance team. They're doing a very good job with sleepless nights, with being alert on to make sure that diseases are combated. Did you know that we have the best surveillance system in Africa?
In what?
We have the best surveillance system in Africa.
Tell me then.
Yes, Uganda was ranked. The surveillance officers are working. Please keep on the loop. I would like to thank every surveillance officer out there.
I'll look for the source of that. But of course, we've made a number of breakthroughs in health. Just that the problem with this government, it has few people who talk about the success. So there are very many people who talk about what has not been done. But what has been done, we rarely talk about it. One time I went at the Uganda Virus Institute and I was shocked
at what they are doing.
At what they were doing. You know, the research happening there. I reached a point and asked myself, am I in Uganda?
I know,
where everyone who comes out just comes out to bash the health system.
Yes.
There is no medicine, we don't have doctors.
I know.
But literally we talk about those
the successes. Yes, these teams are doing a very good job together with our VHTs and the LC1s. It's a very big community for us to have surveillance of diseases around there. Yeah, they're doing a very good job.
No wonder these epidemics, endemics,
we rush very quickly in 1 minute in all that, and we are trying to encourage report in 7 days. We respond immediately, and then within 7 days action is being done. 717 is really what we are looking out for. The team is working.
Well, I've enjoyed hosting you. May I wish you the best of your day.
Thank you very much.
And I'll be going for a short break. When I return, I will be discussing issues regarding poverty eradication. Keep it with us.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda Extra.
Step into a world of excellence, comfort for institutions like hotels and many others for home comfort.